Okay, so here I'm going to show how to disassemble a Lenovo Flex 2-15. It's pretty simple. The hardest part is actually getting the keyboard out. So first what you want to do is remove all the screws from the bottom. There's one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so once you got all of those out, then you want to flip it over, open the lid. So I already pried this out, but the hardest part is removing the keyboard. There's some tabs here. So there's 5 little tabs. So what you want to do is get like a flat tool like this. So you can use like a butter knife or something. You get it along the edge, and when you slide it, you'll feel like it'll hit one of the tabs. And when you get it there, you just have to kind of pry it up. They're not spring-loaded or anything, so you kind of have to just pry hard. Make sure that you're getting the whole keyboard and not just the plastic, or you can actually separate the 2 layers. So yeah, so just make sure, get it down to the metal. You'll feel like you hit the tab, and then just pry it. And yeah, if the prying tool is just barely large enough to fit in the little thing here, it'll work a lot better than if you have like a much thinner tool, because if the tool's too thin, instead of like pulling this out of the way, it'll actually just slide under. So yeah. Okay, so once you get that, there's 2 connections under here. You can actually move the keyboard up a little bit, and then you can pull this connector up like that, and then you can pull that out. And then same thing with this one. Pull this connector up just like that. There's a little tab. Right, once you get the tab up, you can move that out of the way. Okay, so once you get that, there's some more screws underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 screws. Once you get all those screws out, you can actually remove the CD drive. Just pull on the bottom of the bezel, so you can actually flip it back closed. So you can pull the CD drive out. Alright. Once you get the CD drive out, there's actually 3 more screws here. So those 3. Okay. The keyboard's a little tricky because it shows, I mean, you'll see 3 screws, but actually only 1 screw is going into it. But yeah, so once you get that, you can use the CD drive slot to help you. You can pull it and then kind of just slide your nails or a little tool along there and kind of just pull it. If it's stuck, you can just wobble it and it'll come out. Okay. So once you get that out, you can see there's 2 RAM slots. You can upgrade it. Then you got the speaker connector here. Got this, I believe that's for the trackpad, the BIOS battery or CMOS battery, the hard drive if you want to upgrade it or change it. Then you got the cable going from these USB ports to the main board. You got a separate connector for the CD drive connector. Then you got the wireless card. You got the battery. It's held in place by 4 screws. You got the charge port connector, and then you got the LCD connector here. Alright, then you also have, I believe this is for the power button. So you can actually replace the power button if that breaks as well. Okay, so it's pretty simple to get open. Again, the only tough part is probably going to be the keyboard if you're not able to pry it out. But other than that, this model's pretty simple. You can pretty much change everything except for the processor here. So it's a nice design. If anything breaks, you can change the individual components. And yeah, if you have any questions, just leave a comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.